Hi, I'm Victorina Gorodova, and welcome to Vika, Recipes for Lazybones. Today we have a very cool factory dish made from pumpkin. I didn't ask, but I'll drink more and have lunch, dinner, dessert, and salty foods. Banya is my taste. Take it to your health. But first, please put a like, and any comment to it will be very pleasant, and it is very desirable for me to develop. I hope you'll find it very pleasant. I'm talking about my achievements and something average between experience and sparkle. We will be sweet, tasty, and ready to swim better. We take a pickle, clean it, and rub it on a large mirror. Sprinkle with sugar and a spoon. If you like it sweeter and more aromatic, you can take more with a sugar spoon. And we also roll out 2 sheets of puff pastry. I have it somewhere yellow. We lay 1 layer on the sheet, there it is. We put the filling on it. If you want, you can put a lot more filling. We cover it with a second sheet and pinch the edges. We smear it with macaroni juice and vegetable oil. If desired, sprinkle any seeds on top for a crust, not necessary for a wavy road. I have flax seeds, sesame seeds, and basil seeds here. Send it to the oven for 20 to 25 minutes until convenient. The result is such a low, sweet, tasty one. So quickly in a hurry, we need to do something with the tea. The next instruction is very simple, and it's such a good salted coated mukura, or any kind of boiling at all. Make a ticket out of a pumpkin. The piece turns out to be very hairy. Cut the pumpkin into cubes. We lay out a form for baking. Sprinkle with vegetable oil, salt, pepper, and add spices. I took a packet of corn and turmeric. Bake in the oven for 30 minutes. The pumpkin should remain this soft. Transfer it to a blender, add a little bit of olive oil, and blend everything. You get the most delicious garnish. Slightly sweet, spicy, salty, very tender, tasty, and healthy. In other words, it's just perfect, especially for those who are watching their figure. It doesn't make you gain weight. Another recipe was for some poor little animal, and with a roasted flavor it's good for the family, so it can also be considered a proper diet. We're shaping the figure, chopping nuts. I took a Greek mallet and hazelnuts, case, Schweinburger, and Skoda Kedik. We add seeds. I took fire and chicken for the family salt shaker, pickles, tea. We also add a sugar substitute, Balloonhof Techno Moist Primary Sugar. These bricks are Slavic. Sprinkle with aromatic spice. I took cloves, ginger, and nutmeg. Add 2 sugar cubes. I took wheat and corn. You can take almond, oat, and rice. Also goes here a teaspoon of baking powder and a pinch of salt. For added color and aroma, I included a touch of saffron. We mix everything, add a little bit of vegetable oil, and we get such a dough. We form small cookies from it. Bake them in the oven for 20 to 30 minutes. The exact time will depend on the size of the cookies. They turn out to be very useful, dry, crispy, soft inside. We also prepare a bomb recipe, also very tasty in that, or other pancakes, penguins in our processing you like very much. Grate the pumpkin on a fine grater. Add half a glass of kefir, an egg, sugar, and a little salt. Stir it. Mix the dough. Cook over medium heat, like a regular pancake. They were lying under the cover to soak better. Another recipe, undoubtedly one that you can't imagine a comb in a dish with a hole. It's a soup puree. Very simple, very tasty, chic. Raduga Ace, and this is from clean the pumpkin and cut into large cubes. Pour its expressive oil into the pan. Add a piece of butter and lay out the pumpkin. Salt it, pepper it. You can add herbs to your taste. For example, dried garlic, paprika, and thyme. We add pumpkin to the chicken. Mine is frozen, but you can use fresh or canned. We simmer for a few minutes over a sweet fire, after which we add water and boil for 10 minutes until the pumpkin becomes smooth. We take the soup off the fire and blend it with a blender. If you want, you can additionally strain it through a sieve so that you don't have a heap of chlorine. You don't need to strain your mind with that thought. Return the pan to the fire, add the broth and the cleaned shrimp. Add the sublimation and all is well. Add sugar. Mix with vegetable oil. Add 2 eggs, flour, baking powder, and brown sugar. Mix everything. Add 2 eggs, flour, baking powder, and cinnamon.
Stir.
Add grated pumpkin, raisins, and chopped walnuts to the dough. Grease the baking form with oil and pour in the dough. Choose 40 minutes until readiness. Leave to cool, and if desired, you can make a glaze. In a water bath, melt 2 liters of white chocolate. Add a little vegetable oil and food coloring. We cool down with the glaze and let it cool. Then with the melted dark chocolate, we draw a face. A small crane always appears. And in the next session, yes, we were on Manol, but I still decided to include the grip brake because it was more convenient to search so that everything was neatly together. The cache was arranged invitingly. As expected, large and reliable on a small confectioner. We are laying out the form for Sagittarius. We salt, pepper, add gravy to it. I took red hot pepper and oregano here. We whip up the vegetable oil. Cut the raw cheese into cubes. For the meat, you can take hunting sausages, bacon, any smoked meats to taste. You can add to the filling either chocolate or pepper. We lay out the meat and send it to the oven. No need to stew further. The exact time depends on the pickle type and meat. The pickles with coriander should become soft and the meat will be ready. Add grated and unsalted cheese to the ready meat. Sliced mozzarella, Russian-style cheese, or any other cheese will work. It will be delicious with any cheese. A chic, useful, and classy light dinner, the grand event is the Big Bang of Sash & Sons glass. The dish is beautiful and tasty. Heat the glass, fill it with hydrocom for 10 minutes, clean the glass and rub it on a large grater. Add vanilla, eggs, salt and pepper. We will also need mayonnaise, either natural or bottled sour cream. Stir and the dish is ready from the oven. Egg in a bag. I have this remedy with pork. We add rice to it, salt it, pepper it. Subtitle editor A Semkin corrector A Egorova. To be continued. The editorial tower was reduced with a pumpkin and a pear. You are very tasty. Cut the cleaned pumpkin into cubes. Lay it out on a baking sheet or mold. We sprinkle garlic on top. I have MKVD. Add milk and water. You can take cow's milk, you can take plant-based or make porridge entirely on water. We salt it, add sugar and remove it to the stove for 40-50 minutes. If you're making porridge not in your pot but in a baking form, then cover it with water. And then we soak the sliced lava and pour water over it. The pepper I cooked in my speech was insanely tasty, fast, simple and original. It's better to pour a liter on the ground after the lemon. Probably, it's a total delicacy. We cut the pumpkin into 3 to 4 heaps with a scoop and divide each scoop into 4 parts. We lay out a baking dish. In the basil, we mix some vegetable oil and dried material. We smear the pumpkin on both sides and bake it for 10 minutes. While someone bakes, we slice the pear. The time is 5 to 6 spoons, and we were cutting bacon before that. To the bowl. Take a slice of bacon and lay the pear and bacon on it, then fold it down. We roast it on a preheated dry pan. We lay them out seam side down. Next, you're climbing up both sides of Angel's Reynolds because of Mr. Toll. Also, it means that I have an impressive Instagram that Mang Pap really likes. Look for conferences, it's very interesting, fun, active. I show there that I'm ready to wrap up.